two McLaren team members have tested positive for the coronavirus, which has meant that the McLaren team have decided to withdraw from this week's planned Formula 1 opener, the Australian Grand Prix. In this video, I'm going to give my reaction to it. I will also tell you what I think should happen now, and I will also tell you my opinion how Formula 1 should handle the coronavirus in the future. So it just recently been announced that McLaren have chosen to withdraw from this week's season opener in Australia due to two people testing positive for the coronavirus. Now there have been voices have started coming out, like for example from Lewis Hamilton, who said that the whole Grand Prix, whole race should be called off. Now before I'll give you my thoughts about that. I just want to let you know that I suffer with something called medical anxiety, which means basically anything that I could catch or that I read about, I stress over, and my doctor says to me that is called catastrophizing. Now, I understand that people are worried about the coronavirus. I am worried about the coronavirus. However, we have to keep a balanced view on it, and actually we have to make sure that we don't over catastrophize the whole situation, which I think parts of the media might be doing. Because yes, the coronavirus is bad, and yes, we all have to be careful, but we also have to look at the fact that a lot of people that have caught the virus are actually recovering. I mean, in the UK, we've had something like 400 and odd cases. Might have increased by now. But today we've only had 8 deaths. Well, one has to bear in mind that, of course, anybody dying from the coronavirus is tragic. But then, how many people die of the ordinary flu every year, and how many people die through suicides every year, and nobody is reporting about that, are they? So I think, yes, Formula 1 itself has a great responsibility to its global audience and towards people to make the right decision. But I'm going to try and make 2 arguments here, and don't slaughter me for each of them. Hear me out before you make a decision whether you're gonna give this video a like or a dislike. Now, I'm gonna start with why I think the race should be called off. Well, I think the race, in fact, the whole season should be called off to contain and prevent the chance of the virus spreading. I mean, for example, the Formula E have made the decision to suspend the entire season for the next 2 months, just to see what the situation is in 2 months' time. And also the MotoGP have delayed or cancelled a few races till later on in the year. I think that is quite a responsible thing to do. And I can't understand why Formula 1 hasn't just said, you know what, we're gonna cancel this season and delay all the new regulations to 2022, so at least we can race this year's car, this year's cars in 2020, 2021. So in that respect, it's not wasted. I think that would be the best option, because otherwise the teams have spent so much money to develop a car that is never going to see a racetrack in anger, if you know what I mean. So, and I think Formula 1 should follow suit with like the German Bundesliga, and some of the Premier League matches have been suspended, and I think health comes first. However, now let me play devil's advocate and tell you why I think they shouldn't. The races should go ahead. I think the race should go ahead with 9 teams, because at the end of the day, the teams are already in Australia, and I think to not have a race, I think that would be wrong, because they just, everybody's looking forward to it, and if the 9 Grand Prix teams want to race, then let them race, but maybe do it behind closed doors, like the plan is in Bahrain, so at least we can have some kind of championship, because I doubt that any team would want my suggestion of cancelling the whole entire season. I don't think the teams would want that either, and yes, if the FIA decides that all the races are going to be cancelled, then that's up to the FIA. At the minute, as far as I'm concerned, it's only, as far as I know, it's only McLaren that have voluntarily made the decision of not to race. I understand that other Formula 1 teams are under pressure to follow suit, but then we've either got to make it a non-championship race or call off the entire season, in my opinion, and do what I suggested. Right at the start of this video. Otherwise we're gonna be in a catch-22 situation. I can understand McLaren. I can understand the other teams that want to race. But at the end of the day, we've got to think about what is the best to keep everybody safe. If it does mean cancelling the whole season, then that's what we're gonna have to do. And because as far as I'm concerned, Formula 1 is not more important than the health of other people. On the other hand, we also got to make sure that we're not blow it all out of proportion and cancel the entire season, only to find out that it's just like a turbo flu, and most people get over it within 2 to 5 days or something, you know what I mean? So it's a very fine line that the organizers have to do, because you imagine how much Formula 1 and the organizers and the hotels and God knows who else is profiting from a Formula 1 race lose, so it's got to be managed in a very sensible way. And then the other thing one has to think about is that I think that as I said in the beginning of this video, I think the media is hyping it up a little bit too much. Because as I said, how many people die all over the world just because of the ordinary flu? Just because it's something new does not mean just because it's something new does not mean that we're gonna all of a sudden have to stop our lives. Everybody could die at any die of any moment. It's not that we, everything in life is a risk. But as long as we are all sensible, then I don't see any problem. And if that means having ghost races, then so be it. As I said, and a lot of people across the world, especially in China, a lot of people are actually now surviving getting over the coronavirus. So that's something to take into consideration as well. So in my opinion, the FIA and the World Health Organization is between a rock and a hard place. You're doomed if you make one decision, but you're also doomed if you make the other decision. I certainly wouldn't want to make the decision, but I leave it up to you guys. What would you, if you was in charge of Formula 1, what would be your decision and why? Let me know in the comments below. Cheers for listening, and I'm out of here. Bye! We'll be right back.